how are you? I thought I would film a little day in the life today. Little sort of November day in the life, working, writing, making, all that stuff. Just thought I'd chat to you whilst I'm doing my makeup, so excuse me if I look a bit bananas and stripy for a bit. But yeah, I think I just got some shots of me walking the dog. That's normally how my day starts. Well, technically, which I didn't show you this because I never know how much to show. I get up in the morning and I meditate and I journal and I read my Bible and all that good stuff, which something that I've been doing now for, well, the reading the Bible for a long time, but the meditation and things like that in the morning, like the morning routine, I've been doing for about, oh, I don't know, almost 2 years. It's been part of my treatment for my ME, has been like meditating. And oh, I look very white on camera, don't I? It's because I'm right next to the window, so apologies if it's looking a bit bright. Not sure there's much I can do about that. Oh, you can see Pearl in the background. She's just got on the bed, probably with muddy paws. But there we go. Yeah, so I never know how much to show because I don't know whether to show that like part of my morning, and then also like when I got back from the dog walk I tidy a bit and I always hoover because we have a dog, so we nearly always need to hoover and, you know, just generally like sort out life. So I missed out some of the like boring bits. So let me know in the comments below when you're like watching a day in the life, or if you have a YouTube channel when you're filming a day in the life, like what bits do you like to keep in? I'd be interested to know. This sort of takes me back a bit because I don't think many of you will know this. Some of you might actually. When I was 19, during my gap year, I trained to be a makeup artist, and I had a YouTube channel doing makeup. That's what this channel was. So like when I got back into YouTube, I just like hid the videos and renamed it. But yeah, I used to do makeup on YouTube. I used to actually do it as my job. I worked as a skincare expert and makeup artist at the Body Shop. It was my first job when I quit uni. I did not like it. It was a lot of weekends and it was a lot of retail. So although I was getting to do like makeup and stuff like that and making people feel good with like skincare and all that lovely stuff, it was a lot of like pushing like sales and things, and that's just not really me. Just like, yeah, being really pushy about, you know, people buying a certain amount of stuff, and yeah, was not for me. I left that job and went into working in a nursing home with the elderly, which I really enjoyed. Anyway, that's like a crazy tangent. I've had a lot of like mad jobs over the years, so you'll probably hear in like vlogs and stuff me saying, you know, oh, when I did this, when I did this. It's actually really normal. I didn't realise this. Like for a long time I used to really struggle with it and think that there was like something wrong with me. And then I went to study my masters, and I spoke to obviously all of my course mates who said the exact same thing. We call it a writer's CV. We have all done odd jobs here and there and everything, because those jobs are never like what we want to do. We obviously want to be writers, so we end up just sort of taking a job, but it means that like when we're not enjoying it or like, you know, whatever, yeah, most of the time it's just when we're not enjoying it we just leave, you know, and we just go to a different one because it's not our calling in life. And a lot of people seem to have like a problem with that. Like I had a lot of issues like in my family, people being like, oh, you can't stick to anything, and it was like, I can. I stick to writing. That's what I stick to. And obviously now that is mostly my job. That's mostly what I do. And then I'm also a freelance content creator, so I do half and half, which is great. So yeah, just like going off on random tangents, which always seems to happen when I'm vlogging. I watch a lot of vlogs, like I'll watch a lot of YouTube channels. In fact, if you subscribe to my Substack, which the link is in the description below, every month in my monthly newsletter I recommend different YouTube channels that I enjoy watching, shout out other people who are doing cool stuff online, so you know, that's a good place to pick up some new people to watch if you are interested. It is my newsletter is free on Substack, so you can go back and you can view them all for free on my Substack. I am launching a new thing on my Substack in the new year, which I'm going to put out a whole video about in December, but yeah, feel free to go and follow. Anyway, what I was going to say is I've got quite a nice day today. I mean, it's obviously like worky stuff, just like the normal stuff. I've got writing to do, I've got content creation to do, but this evening I'm going to quite an interesting event locally. So for those who don't know, I live in the Cotswolds, in the UK, and obviously we have a lot of like farming and agriculture around here. And there's a really cool little I don't know what you'd call it, company, business called FarmEd, which is all about, it's like farm education is the idea. So it's like a working farm, a regenerative working farm, but their goal is to like educate people on regenerative farming. They run loads of courses and they do loads of stuff, but tonight they're doing a I don't say, it's not like a book reading, but like a, or a signing, just like an event to celebrate. It's a book launch, I think, is what it is, to celebrate a book called The Wisdom of Sheep. It's by, I think she's a farmer, she might be a small holder, same kind of thing. She's written a book before about cows, which did really well, and then this one's called The Wisdom of Sheep, which I think is all about just like how sheep are more intelligent than we give them credit for, and how interesting they are as an animal, and also like a little bit more like, it's sort of memoir-y about her like life, small holding and being with animals and all that stuff. And I just thought that sounded really interesting. It wasn't actually, it's my friend Vicky who runs Knitter's Cottage, who is a shepherdess herself, who sent it to me and said, oh, I think I'm going to go to this. You know, she thought I'd be interested because it's close to where I live, and I was like, oh yes, 100%. Because as a knitter, I've got very much into like sheep. You know, I find it all very interesting. I also am I call myself like a mini homesteader. You know, we grow our own food in the back garden. Thinking about getting chickens, I don't know, we need to like figure out if we've actually got the space for them. But yeah, like I make a lot of stuff, I cook all from scratch and things like that. You know, I have this whole you'll see if you follow me on Instagram, it says, you know, handmade, homegrown, slow. That's like my thing. That's how I live my life. So I just find it interesting to learn about other people who've, you know, like set up small holdings or whatever. I love to read their stories, and obviously I went to study nature writing at university, which nature and travel writing, which is a lot of like memoir-y stuff. So these kind of books really interest me, because I hope to write one myself one day about chronic illness and homesteading. So yeah, I never really know what to call it here. Homesteading is a very American term, I feel, but it does kind of encompass, like, a lot of people who homestead will just have like 1 acre, you know, up to sort of like 10 acres, and you know, the idea is that it's not really like a farm, it's more of a you know, it's like a small, like in this country I think we call them small holdings, but that feels quite like profesh. Obviously, like, my garden is about 8 meters by like 3.5, 4 meters, so I'm not exactly a small holder, am I? But we try to live a very natural, you know, handmade, homegrown lifestyle, slow, seasonal, etc. So that's my makeup done for the day. My hair, oh, it's just a bit of a mess. I'll sort that out for later. I might get changed as well later. I just want to be in something comfy for working from home. So this is really creased actually. But this is a new dress that I just finished making. This is the Tilly and the Buttons Cocoa pattern with the slip neck. I'm finding this a bit difficult, the boat neck, sorry. I'm finding this a bit difficult because it's quite a lot wider. I have quite narrow shoulders, so I think I need to like, I've got the fit right everywhere else. I'm really pleased with the fit, but around the neck it's not so great. But I might have a go at making the funnel neck version. I love how like Pearl's bum's just in the back of this shot. But anyway, this is a French terry from Hey So Sister. I picked this up when I went to her open studio in Edinburgh when I was on holiday in July in Scotland. And I love this so much. This is like the nicest jersey I've ever worked with. It's got such a great drape, it's warm, it's easy to sew, it keeps its shape, it's in this lovely, like, I think it's called pumpkin and apricot because the stripes are like pale apricot, and then you've got like this lovely pumpkin-y colour. As I say, it does need, I think it needs an iron. I just sort of grabbed it this morning and shoved it on for a dog walk, but oh, I absolutely love it. Just wear it with like woolly tights, or if it gets really cold, some leggings or something. It's great for just working from home, walking the dog. It's just like wearing a giant t-shirt. So I'm definitely gonna make some more of these. Sorry that this shot is so pantsaroony, but it's a bit difficult to get a shot because of the bed and the mirror here. But yeah, there'll be some photos, I'd imagine, of this going up on my Instagram soon. And excitingly, I have got lots of leftovers of this lovely fabric, and so I'm gonna make Pearl a matching t-shirt. There we go. Yeah, greyhounds have like literally no fat. They have really thin fur. They get very cold in the winter, and she has a couple of things. She has like a hand knit jumper that's really cozy and warm. She wears that when she goes out on walks underneath her coat in the winter when it goes below like 5 degrees. She has a fleecy jumper that she wears in the house when it gets really cold. But like at the moment where it's like between 5 and sort of 11, 12 degrees every day, somewhere between there, like today it was like 9, she could do with like a little t-shirt. You know, a lot of people call them like greyhound pajamas. You'll see them a lot as well for like whippets or Italian greyhounds or whatever for the same reason. So yeah, I've got enough of this fabric left over to make her a little t-shirt, which I am super excited for. Sorry about the glare on my glasses. Because we're gonna match, which is super cute. My husband thinks it's really sad, but I think it's cute. Anyway, I really need to start work because it's getting a bit late now. Oh, hello. Welcome to my office. Which is a complete and utter state. I'm in the middle of piecing together a pattern that I printed out. It's just chaos. There's a sewing box here. I need to fix some pajamas today. It's just like, but it's a Thursday. And it often gets like this because Friday is my like cleaning and tidying day, and I get everything lovely and clean and tidy for the weekend, and then throughout the week it obviously gets messier and messier and messier as we go. Still trying to eat my smoothie. Does anybody else have this issue? They're just like not hungry in the morning. So part of my treatment for my chronic fatigue is that I'm supposed to like eat breakfast within 2 hours of waking up in the morning, and I just like don't want to eat, and smoothies are like the only thing that I've been able to kind of like, I would just eat a piece of fruit, but I'm supposed to have a bit of protein as well. So yeah, I have to like force myself to eat a smoothie in the morning. Not fun, but hey ho, that's the treatment life. Anyway, first task of the day is writing my novel. So I started writing my novel, well, technically I started writing my novel last year. Yeah, last year. Over the summer last year for my master's portfolio. I gave in 6,000 words of this novel because it's like a travel romance novel. So it worked for my master's was in nature and travel writing. I think I already said that today. So yeah, I wrote like the first 8,000 words or something, I think, last summer. And then this year over the summer I added another 10 to that, and then over September and October I had so many articles to do. I was really busy with articles and writing that I just didn't have the energy to do the novel as well. And that's one of the things that I find really hard, is that a lot of people, you know, a lot of advice from authors and things like that is that you need to just sit down every day and just like chip away at your novel. And that was always the way I was before I was chronically ill. I would, you know, sit down and I would write, you know, 1,000, I could sometimes write 2,000 words a day for like a chunk of time, which means you can get like your first draft done within like, you know, 8 to 16 weeks, somewhere around there. Which is so much more preferable for me. But unfortunately, with my chronic fatigue, with working, you know, I have a part-time job as social media manager and digital content creator for the Cotswold Sewing Centres. I write articles, feature articles for Simply Sewing magazine. You know, I got commissioned recently to write an article for somebody else, and that happens now and again. I get commissioned to write for different people. I've got knitting patterns coming out in magazines. I've got a YouTube channel to run. Like, there's just so much going on. And writing for me is a really high energy usage. So you know, when you have a chronic fatigue condition, you tend to put activities into different categories. So you have like low, medium and high energy usage. And for me, writing is extremely high energy usage. So I know that if I have a writing day, you know, I'm going to be quite tired that day, and I can't do anything too taxing. And that's been really hard for me to live with. You know, when I first got chronically ill, I didn't actually write for 18 months. Didn't do any writing at all. I just couldn't. I was just so exhausted and so unwell that I couldn't write anything at all. And then I read The Lost Flowers of Alice Hart, and it inspired me to start writing again. And it inspired me so much because it was so beautifully written. If you haven't read that book, do read it. I actually decided to apply. I applied for my master's in writing, which I'd always wanted to study a master's in writing. That was always the plan. That was such a big dream for me. And when I got ill, I thought it was never going to happen. And I basically just, I read this book and I thought, you know what, this is what I want to do. I want to do this more than anything, and despite the illness, I'm going to make this happen. So I went on UCAS and looked at distance learning courses for MAs for creative writing, and I think there were 8 in total, and some of them were research based, which I was like, no thank you at all. Yeah, this one came up at Bath Spa, nature and travel writing, and the best decision of my life. I had an amazing 2 years. It's completely changed my life. I now write as a job, which is insane. But yeah, sorry, that's like a complete tangent. I'm just like, today I'm just like, I'm obviously in a sherry chatty mood because I'm saying a lot. But yeah, basically that's all to say that I've been really struggling with my novel for the last few months, and to get back into writing my novel, I have set myself a task that was recommended by Jenny Colgan. I did a 6-week writing romance course with Jenny Colgan, the author. If you haven't read any of her books, like, where have you been? They're amazing. And her suggestion is that you do 500 words a day for a week, and then you do 600 words a day for a week, and then you do 700 words a day for a week. And that's what I'm trying to do in November. Technically started at the very end of October, but for the 5 weeks of November. So this week is a 500 word a day, and I've managed that for 3 days so far. Today is Thursday. So I just do writing. I don't write at the weekends. So yeah. That is all of this rambling is to say that my first job of the day is to write 500 words of my novel. And then I'm going to start my content creation work for the Cotswold Sewing Centres, which I won't be filming because, you know, obviously, like, that's not my company, blah, blah, blah. Just, yeah, I won't be filming that, but I will catch up with you guys later. so it's a little bit later now. I've done my 500 words and some stuff for the Cotswold Sewing Centres. So now I'm just going to sit and cut out a sewing pattern. This is the oh, my brain's gone dead. Bakerloo, the Bakerloo dress by Nina Lee, which I've been wanting to make for ages. I've got some lovely cotton from Hey Sew Sister that I bought same time I bought this, that I want to use to make it. I cut out most of it yesterday, but it's one of those ones that's like print it at home and stick it all together, etc. And it's a little bit complicated because my printer ran out of ink, so it didn't print off the like boxes, you know, around, so that you know. Anyway, so it's just a little bit of a puzzle piecing exercise, but I'm going to do that now, and at the same time I'm going to watch a video on how to make a Roman blind, because I need to know how to do that, and I'll show you later why. Okay, Bakerloo pattern all cut out and stuck together. So yeah, I think I might cut this out today. I think I might cut out a couple of projects actually. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut out a couple of projects today. I think I'll do a Billy dress and the Bakerloo dress, because I've got, I'm just looking at my fabric stash. I've got 3 fabrics which are very like autumnal left in my stash of things that I want to sew up, that I wanted to sew up this season. So I want to get a few things sewn up fairly quickly. Billy dress is so quick to run up, like most stretch projects. I mean, this Coco dress I made in an hour. It was so quick and easy. So yeah, the Billy dress, I've ordered some ribbing to go with it. So I obviously need to wait for that to come, but that should hopefully come by the beginning of next week. So I can run that up. I need to fix some pyjamas today, some pyjamas that I made for myself back in February, I think. The stitching has just come undone around the crotch, so I'm just going to go over those because my sewing machine's already threaded up with Mariflex thread, which is what I use for stretch fabrics. So yeah, I think I'm going to do some cutting out, although I think first I'm going to unpackage my blind kit that came, so I shall get that out and show you. Okay, so this is what's arrived in the post. This ginormous tube, which is a blind kit from Terry's Fabric. I'm not actually sure what is in there. I need to go through everything that's in there. That is the backing fabric that I ordered. So yeah, I need to unpackage that and have a look at that. Let me show you the, so this is our living room. Just turn the lights on so you can actually see. The dog cover's currently on the sofa, so it's normally nice and tidy. This is the blind that when we moved into the house, this was the blind that was there, and there was also a matching curtain. Now I made this curtain, let me open it out so you can see. I made this curtain, this is the first curtain I've ever made. Yes, I know it's not very opaque. I really wasn't bothered about having like a dark lining for that because obviously the curtain is closed when it's nighttime, not during the day. This is not a room that, you know, we sleep in. Or anybody sleeps in. This is our living room. So the curtain that was already up was massive, and I took the lining off the back of that, washed it and reused it, which you can see, you know, it was quite a good colour. Just like, you know, make do amend. I don't really like buying stuff unless I have to. You know, we're trying to use up as much in this house that's already here as possible. So the curtain rail was already here and we spray painted it matte black. This curtain holder was already here and we sprayed it black. We did the same with these light fittings, already here, and we've sprayed them black. So that's kind of the look we're going for. It's very like French farmhouse, you know, where you have like the black fittings. So this fabric is from Escape to the Chateau from Angel Strawbridge, the designer, and I saw this on the show. She made wallpaper, I think, on the show, and fell in love because it's called the potager, which is French for like the kitchen garden. And that's exactly kind of the theme to this room. At the moment the garden is absolutely horrid. It's like a really miserable day. Oh look, something's blown over. It's a really windy, miserable day. We haven't done our full, like, sorry, ignore pal. We haven't done our full tidy up for like winter yet, so please excuse the mess. We're having like a big gardening sesh for lots of weekends in November. We've got lots to sort out. The cosmos are just sort of dying off there, and the raspberries at the back I think have still got like a couple of fruits on them. Might go and pick those when it stops raining. But anyway, this is our garden. This is where, you know, at the back we grow veg. We've got lots of updates coming to the garden, so I might start doing some vlogs and sharing a bit of that. But yeah, we grow veg in the back. We've got a little flower bed there, which we also grow some like vegetables and things in. We're thinking we might get some chickens as well. But the idea was that this room, I'm just gonna, there we go, that this room, yeah, so the idea was that this room would be like an extension of the kitchen garden. You know, the things that I like with decorating are all sort of like botanicals, country theme. I was very inspired by my mother-in-law. She lives in Scotland, and she's basically decorated the house in like Scottish sort of countryside colours. So it's all like heathers, like heather purples and blues and turquoises, like the colours of the sky, and she lives by the sea, and it just looks lovely. So, you know, I wanted to do something like that here. I wanted to echo the Cotswold countryside. I wanted to echo the sort of country feel. This is a fairly modern, it was built in 1995, 2-bedroom mid-terraced house. So it's not like we have a cute cottage or anything, but there are a few little like cute features, like we've got the Cotswold stone fireplace and things. So yeah, the general theme that we're going for is very much a sort of country cottage, like modern country cottage style. And we've just, you know, we've been living in the house for over 2 years now, and we're just starting to get around to actually getting some proper jobs done. You know, we painted this room last year, but we just haven't had the, well, firstly energy and health for me, but also like the money or the time to get some stuff done. So it's really nice to finally get some things done. So yeah, I want to make the matching blinds, so I'm going to unpack the kit, but I have a feeling, because I don't have like a big table or a lot of space in my house, when I was sewing the curtain I did it all on the floor in here. So I think that's what I'm going to end up doing, is I'm going to end up getting my husband to help me measure it out, so we get the measurements really precise, by rolling up the rug and everything in here and like laying it all out flat. So I'm probably not going to like cut it or measure it or anything today. I'm just going to go through what's in the kit and have a little look so that we can start looking at it. We might cut it out this weekend and then I can sew it next week. I've watched a few videos on YouTube on how to make a blind. First time I've ever made a Roman blind, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how this room is starting to look. So this was another project, if you follow me on Instagram you might have seen. We bought this table and chair set off Facebook Marketplace. It's just pine. It's actually quite like sturdy, quite good pine, but just pine. And so we painted these chairs white to sort of go with that like cottagey theme. And then we've also bought this lovely dresser off Facebook Marketplace, and again we're going to paint that white. We put these hooks up a couple of weekends ago for the mugs, which I think looks really cute. It's obviously very traditional kind of style. I've got all my china out there, which is really lovely. So yeah, put some pictures on the wall. This is going to be a gallery wall that we're just sort of slowly building up over time. My dad has got a frame for one of my pictures, so that will go up, and then we need to order, there's a square frame that we need. So another 2 pictures will go up in the next month, I think. My husband made this clock, which I absolutely love, out of an old cigar box, which I think looks really cool. So yeah, I got all my like autumnal decor out. I love my Indian block print tablecloths. This is my third one. I have them in different colours for different seasons. The only season I don't have is like Christmas winter kind of season, and I've been looking everywhere for like just a green one or something, but I can't find any in the right size because I buy square because I find that works really well on a round table, because you get the like points of the square go in between each of the chairs, which I think works. So yeah, this is my autumn one. You can see I've got my autumn decor out. We've got this lovely crochet cushion that my sister-in-law made me. I really need to fill these. We'd like burn these candles down. I'm going to pick some up at the weekend. But this lovely garland my mother-in-law made as a housewarming present. She crocheted that. We picked up some lovely pumpkins. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen that we went to a pumpkin farm. Got some more crochet pumpkins off my sister-in-law there. But yeah, you can see like the general theme in the room. Like my mother-in-law bought me this beautiful hand painted like vintage style watering can, which I really love. And so we're just trying to like echo this whole like pottage kitchen garden theme all throughout the house. It's just like Pearl's just watching. Say hello. That's what Pearly has to say. She's tired. It's a Thursday. It's a Thursday. So yeah, tiny living room, but you know, this is the whole thing. This is like, we're making the most of it here. We're building our like dream little 2-bed homestead here. Oh yeah, there's also this as well, which I made. So this is my first crochet project. I crocheted these pumpkins. I already had the leaves. I bought a wreath. And yeah, made this, and we have it on this door, so that will come out every year for autumn. I always decorate for autumn. I start in sort of like mid-September and I leave it out until the end of November, and then we normally decorate for Christmas the very first weekend. So this year the 1st of December is a Friday, so we'll probably start bringing out some decorations then. We're going to a Christmas market, our local Christmas market at our local farm that does the Christmas trees. On the 3rd of December we'll pick up our tree. I am going to do Vlogmas again this year. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, whether it's going to be like every day or a couple of days, or like last year I did a week at a time. I don't know, I'll see how I feel. But yeah, I just thought I'd share our little room that we're currently working on at the moment. Once the blind is done and up, I think it's really going to change this room, and also obviously the dresser. Once the dresser is painted, I think those two things will just like really brighten it up, because it is quite a dark little room. It's at the back of the house, and we've got two, you know, we're a terrace and our neighbours have got conservatory like walls either side of our patio, so not a lot of light gets in here. So brightening it up with bright curtains and things like that. But yeah, I like the green. We did think about painting the room white to make it bright, but I just thought it was a bit boring, so we went for green walls with like light furniture instead. I don't know if we did that the right way around, whether we should have gone the other way, but it's our first home. It's the first time we've ever decorated or done anything, so you know, I do like it, I have to say. I like it the way that we've done it, so yeah. But anyway, let's unwrap the blanket. Terrible lighting because it's spotlights in my office, but let me get some scissors. Whew, okay, so feels like there's quite a lot here. Like, I think I ordered 2 meters of the backing fabric, but it just feels like a lot. Okay, maybe it's not actually. Maybe that is just 2 meters and they've just put it on a roll. So yeah, obviously this is like, again, the blind's not going to be super opaque, but that's fine because nobody is sleeping in the lounge. When I make the blinds, I'm going to make some blinds for our bedroom. We're redecorating our bedroom in the new year. We've chosen like all the things we want for it, and we're getting a lot of them for Christmas. So we're going to be like painting, wallpapering, making blinds, making throw cushions, everything. Oh, this is really bad lighting. It makes me look like I've got like a glowing forehead. Yeah, those will obviously be like proper blackout blinds, but I'm not so bothered about that for the living room because, as I say, the blind is only really down, like properly down at night. And if I make it and I'm like, oh, actually I want it to be darker, then I'll just have to like redo it. Okay, great. So yeah, so basically this is everything except the lining and obviously the front fabric. So you've got the bottom, oh, if I can get it out, the bottom of the blind, and then you've got these doweling rods, which are just like little, obviously I know some people use like actual wooden doweling rods, but I just wanted to get a simple kit. So yeah, and then obviously this bit attaches to the top for the blind with the Velcro on it. So yeah, that's everything that I need. So I think basically I just need to get on with getting like my husband to help me cut out the like rectangle of the back fabric and the front fabric. As I say, I've watched quite a lot of videos on like how to, like the easiest way to sew it with a sewing machine. Some people hand stitch curtains and blinds so that you can do like a herringbone stitch so you won't be able to see it from the outside. Cannot be bothered with that, but I think there are ways of doing it. So like I did with the curtain, where I sewed them right sides together and then I turned them inside out so that like you can't see anything, there's just a hem at the bottom. So I'll probably do something similar. So yeah, I might get my husband to help me measure all that out, and then like I'll probably get him to help me as well, like fit it obviously. But I'm super excited for that, so that's really cool. Let me know in the comments below if you've made a Roman blind before. Be interested to know. I've got, so here's my fabric. I've got quite a bit left of this. I ordered more than I needed. I think the width of this is obviously going to be a lot wider than I need for the blind. I think the width of this is something like 100 and I think it was like, was it like 136 or something? It was like a really random width, I remember that. So I'm gonna have some side bits that I'm not gonna need, plus I think a bit at the bottom of the fabric. So I'm hoping to be able to make a matching cushion at least. We'll see how much is left over. It may be that I can make like a couple of cushions or patchwork cushions or something cute, so that will be really nice. So yeah, I think that's going to be a little project this weekend is, sorry, I'm just putting all this away in the corner. A little project this weekend is going to be measuring out the blinds and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm excited for that. I'll share that on my Instagram when the blinds go up, and I might do some more like vlogging with, you know, like home stuff, because most of what we're doing at home is like we do it ourselves. We paint it, we sew it, we make it, etc. So if you'd be interested in seeing some of that renovation stuff, let me know in the comments below and I can start adding that in. Some strange noises coming from downstairs. I think Pearl's just eating her breakfast. I thought she was eating something naughty. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna start cutting out some dresses now.
just finished my cutting out and I thought I would show you my fabrics because I realised I said what I was cutting out but I didn't really show you the fabrics. So this is what I'm making my Bakerloo out of. Both of these fabrics are from Hey Sew Sister and I think they're still both in stock actually. So this is just a lovely cotton, like winter floral colours, autumn floral. And then this is sweatshirting. A few people have made a billy out of this or like in a different colour tone with the grid. And I just think it looks quite nice. So when I saw it at Georgie's open studio, I just thought actually I'd love to make that. You know, I like jumper dresses, t-shirt dresses are my like ultimate working from home, stick your leggings on, super cozy. So I've made one with pockets because I really like to have it with pockets, but just with the normal sleeve. And then, as I say, I've got some cuffing, ribbing, what's the word, coming hopefully in this colour. It says ochre, which I think is this colour. I'm hoping it will at least tone. If not, obviously I can just return it, but yeah, so those are my two fabrics that I've been cutting out. I've got quite a few scraps. This I'm going to keep because I've got a few autumnal scraps that I think I might make a quilt. I don't think this year, but maybe next year I might make an autumnal quilt out of all these lovely tones. But this, there is absolutely loads of this left. I always find this with Tilly and the Buttons patterns. I bought less than it says to buy. And I've still got loads. So I think there's probably enough there. I'll need to have a look, but I think there's probably enough there to make Pearl a jumper. So yes, she is going to have a lot of t-shirts and jumpers at this rate. Or I might save it and I might make something for one of my nephews or somebody, or my niece or something like that. Because I don't think there's enough to make something for me. There's not quite enough to make, like, for example, a jumper. I think there's enough for the back and front pieces, but I don't think there's enough for the sleeves. But I will have a look at it, like, another time. You know, I'll put it away in my stash and then have a proper look at it at some point. Have, like, a scraps drawer that I will work through at some point. So, yeah. That is my cutting out done. I'm just going to tidy this away and then I'm going to have a little bit, oh, I feel like my face looks really shiny. It's probably because I'm standing underneath the light. I'm going to, yeah, tidy all this away and then have some lunch because I'm quite hungry. Probably just like chill, have a bit of soup. And then I think I'm going to put my feet up for a bit because we're going out this evening and obviously like chronic fatigue wise, I just need to have a bit of downtime today because I won't be having much this evening. So I'll get on with some knitting this afternoon, which I will show you later. So I've had my lunch. It was a nice ham and vegetable soup that I made at the beginning of the week. Try to do that a lot now, like make 1 or 2 soups at the beginning of the week, fill the freezer, and then yeah, that's what I have for lunch. Nice and easy and simple and quick and healthy. So yeah, that was my lunch. Listened to my audiobook for a bit. I'm listening to Save the Cat for novel writing, which is really good. I'm really enjoying that. It was a recommendation from Abigail Mann. I follow her Substack. I'm a subscriber to her Substack and she has some really great articles for writers and novelists and stuff. So if you're interested in that, I suggest you check it out. But yeah, I'm gonna actually do my nails now because it's Thursday. I tend to always take a bit of time out on a Thursday afternoon to do my nails. It's like a self-care thing that I do every week. I like to have my nails done, especially because I film my hands a lot for my job, like for Instagram reels and things. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And just chill. I'm gonna pop Farmhouse on Boone, a couple of videos on YouTube up on the TV, and yeah, paint my nails. I can show you actually what I use because it is all eco-friendly, sustainable, vegan, and it's hard wearing LED nail polish. Not as hard wearing as shellac, but it also doesn't ruin your nails like shellac. So mine, I tend to find looks good for about 7 days. They say it lasts 7 to 10 days, and I have kept it on longer than 7, but I like 7 days because I like it to look fresh. But it is the Green Flash nail polish by Manicurist, who's a French brand. So that's the nail polish remover. So it's like very, you know, typical, like with all LED, you need a lamp and you need a base coat and a top coat and obviously the special LED polish. So I got a kit for my birthday off my mum. They're like starter kit that came with the lamp, nail polish remover, nail clips, a top coat, a bottom coat, and a colour, one colour. That was what was in it all, I think that was it. And then since then I've obviously like bought more colours and things. I tend to just have one colour that I wear per season. So at the moment I am, where's it gone? Oh, there it is. Eventually. At the moment I'm wearing dark pansy. I started wearing that beginning of September. I'll probably wear it until the end of November, and then I will order like a cherry red for Christmas. I might, normally I just literally have one polish and it'll do me for like 12 weeks, and then I'll swap to a different colour because I find that nail polishes go off, so I don't just like to have a whole collection of them because I just find that they don't stay good for very long. So I like to get my as much wear out of it as possible. I do my toes as well. So yeah, Christmas is an unusual one though, because I might treat myself to 2. I'll get like a nice cherry red and then also possibly like a sparkly gold. They brought out some sparkly colours. If they've brought out a sparkly red, I may buy that, but then I also feel like red and a sparkly gold, so I'll do like, you know, the typical like ring finger and thumb in the sparkly gold and then the rest in red. I feel like the red I will wear all year round because red is one colour that I do actually wear all year round. I wear it a lot in the summer and I like to wear it a lot in the winter. And the gold again is really nice for like, you know, special occasions and stuff, whereas if you buy a sparkly red, that just feels very Christmassy. So I don't know, we'll see. I'll have a think, I'll have a look at the colours at some point and order myself, because it takes a little while because it comes from France, so it often takes about 10 to 14 days for stuff to arrive. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do my nails and chill for a few hours because I am feeling quite tired, and as I said, I'm going out this evening, so I need to like give my body some time to rest. So yeah. Oh, terrible lighting, but it's because it's dark outside, so all the electric lights are on and it's obviously like not the best lighting. But yeah, I actually didn't do any knitting because my mum rang and I was on the phone to my mum for a couple of hours catching up, so I actually haven't done any knitting this afternoon at all. But I need to get the dinner on because we are going to go out this evening, as I say, to the Wisdom of Sheep book launch event. So yeah, I'm just gonna cook up a nice, it's a bit of a, what my husband calls a fridge sick. This is like a term that his family have coined, which is basically where you get everything out of the fridge and throw it on the table and yeah, like try and make something from it. They call it a fridge sick. So I'm just like grabbing a bunch of ingredients and putting something together. So I think we've got some tomatoes, some courgettes and some chorizo from our Riverford box, and now some pasta, some cheese, and I'm just gonna put something together for our tea. So yeah, and then I need to sort of sort myself out a bit. I feel a bit like my makeup might need a little bit of a refresh and I might get changed because I've been in this kind of sloppy dress all day. Put something a bit nicer on to go out this evening, you know, make a bit of a thing of it, because, you know, why not? You can make a thing of anything in life. So yeah, I'm gonna cook some dinner now. just realised I didn't show you the finished pasta bake. I'm also bright white from the lights. It was very yummy though. We're in a bit of a rush because obviously like the event starts at 6:30, so we're just trying to eat quite quickly. So yeah, I'm just going to take you along with me tonight. I don't know how many clips I'll get because like I don't know how appropriate it'll be to film. So I'm going to sign off now and I'll see if I get a few clips. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little day in the life, and I will do some more soon. Well, very soon actually, because I'm going to be doing Vlogmas. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any more videos coming out. And also, if you want to get my newsletter, sign up to the Substack. It's in the description bar below. My Instagram's there as well. I think that's everything I have to say. Bye!